why do we need a term to outline the fact that for like years we've been doing something completely like unnatural to it. But I think the language really denotes the kind of issues that we've got with relating to the blackness, or just like to our natural state, because for a large majority of the diaspora to be doing unnatural things to their hair, to be thinking that is something that they have to do on a daily basis, I think is quite damning.
But having your hair just as it grows out of your head is a thing. I think that concept, if we take a step back and think about it, that's a little bit odd. That should be the default setting.
It should be like, oh, you've got unnatural hair today.
Oh, the straight hair movement, for example, is not a thing because white girls already like their hair and Asian girls already like their hair mostly, I think.
It'd just be nice for it to be more, not so much so like heavy one way versus
exactly.
Other. It's more of a statement, the fact that most people straighten their hair. People aren't doing it as a choice.
Girls with Afro hair have been told that their hair's not good enough and that they should strive to look more mainstream, which happens to be like Caucasian, so with like fine, straighter hair. So it is crazy that it's a thing, but it needs to be for like empowerment, I guess, and celebration of black beauty.
The images that we had around us were completely different and opposite to what our hair is like. It was being able to kind of appreciate everyone's differences and not thinking that we all need to be the same. So even though, I can see, okay, yes, my friend has, long blonde hair and that looks nice on her, doesn't mean that I need to have it and that it will look nice on me, because we're different.
Whereas I think if we were in a more majority black environment, there would be then more pressures like, your edges, all those kind of things, which makes sense, but we weren't exposed to that. For me, 100% yes, like inevitably whether I want it to or not.
But more so in the recent years, it's become this kind of almost larger than life thing.
I'm Hannah with the Afro, the one with the big hair, so I think it does play a big role in who I am.
When I used to have locks, everyone was like, oh, you're the person with locks. And that's kind of like how I stuck out from the group, even if that's not necessarily how I like described myself.
I guess almost as much as like my skin colour for me.
For me personally, whatever my hair is like, I know that doesn't change who I am. So I see it as more of an extension of my identity, but it doesn't really form it. It doesn't define it.
So, because we live in a society that completely exotifies people like myself, it's the whole idea that my hair is this exotic, strange, kinky thing, where it's just my hair. So I have been in a workplace before and they've asked me to put my hair up because it didn't look professional. So if that meant my hair was unprofessional, am I unprofessional? What does that mean?
I guess that's why I would have it permed regularly or put it in weave. I mean, it used to be seen as such an other. I couldn't even imagine what it would be like in the work sphere. Since having like natural hair, I've had quite positive feedback. But I think I myself sometimes see it as not as neat as straight as styles, I guess, like not as sleek, which is something that I have to like teach myself, start to accept that actually it is a perfectly fine, legitimate way to have your hair for work or for anything.
I work in a school. I do sometimes come home and I'm like, oh, this maybe isn't really neat enough, and secretly I really want to go with just like a huge afro, but that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I've never had to deal with the idea that my hair is strange or unprofessional, but it's more kind of the novelty of it. I usually wear my hair in braids, and one time my hairdresser went away, so I had to take my braids out, and I walked into my office and I just had like my hair up in a bun, and everyone was like, oh my goodness, Indiwa, have you cut your hair? And it was just about explaining that no, it was extensions, this is how my hair is underneath the extension. When I put it back in, people were like, oh my gosh, your hair grows so quickly, and it's just like, yeah, it grows quickly.
I remember there was one black doctor with a really, really big afro, and she was just sporting that everywhere. No one was saying anything. Not for a second did I think it was unprofessional. It had no effect on her ability to do her job. Me personally, I loved seeing that. I was like, that's great.
My aunt said to me, you have slave hair.
When I first kind of started wearing it in an Afro hairstyle, and I get family members that said maybe I should do kind of straighten it, or maybe have it in a smaller Afro, or maybe have it up. The older black family members knew that
There's a history of people with Afro hair not being able to be hired, and it being associated with kind of slavery and this kind of thing. The older black family members were less likely to be supportive of it because of what they thought about themselves.
I think for us that question was kind of odd because it's like that's how your hair grows. The question would be what's made you want to have it not natural?
Something which maybe deters a lot of people who do have straight hair from going natural is that they think, oh, that it takes a lot of effort, it's going to be really difficult. But to maintain it straight and to do, you know, all the other treatments to it, that takes a lot of time and effort. And people put that effort in.
I straightened my hair, well, chemically straightened, for about 10 years. In my final year of uni, on a whim, just decided to get my hair retouched. And the lady who did it, I think, didn't know what she was doing. I had the cream on for about all of 2 minutes, and I was just in quite a lot of pain. I just needed her to wash it off, and my scalp completely burnt. I had bits of hair sticking to my scalp, and my hair was weeping. There and then, I thought I need to give my hair a break from this. Putting my hair through that stress every couple of months is not worth it, and just thought, well, give natural a go. And I've been natural for about 3 years now. So yeah, I've persevered.
I was wearing weave all the time. I wouldn't see my hair. Because I didn't see my hair, I didn't maintain it as well. Because it's like, oh, it's just going under here.
The reason I wanted to straighten my hair before was because I had an Asian and a white friend. They both had straight hair, they had fringes, and I wanted a straight hair and I wanted a fringe. So I straightened my hair and I really damaged it, and it was awful. I wear my hair natural because I really like it natural. It's not just because I don't want it to be damaged. I actually really like it this way. I get more compliments when it's like this than when it was straight. It's big. I think it makes me stand out, and I think black hair is amazing. It can be straight, it can be curly, it can be afro. In the recent years, it's been this, you can say almost like a movement of black women wearing their hair natural, which is, I think, an amazing thing, because my mum always brought me up to be proud of my hair and be proud of my Afrocentricity, if you wish. I think seeing more and more black women and mixed race girls, you know, wearing their hair naturally and sort of reappreciating their own identities has been really, really positive. Because at one point, when I was younger and I wanted to have my hair straight and I wanted to assimilate like everyone else, you know, I saw it as this point of struggle, really. I saw my hair as a struggle.
People are wearing their hair as it grows off their head. It's just a trend. What? That doesn't make any sense.
I do remember talking about this with my mum and her saying that after the 70s, when everyone did start wearing their afros as a political statement, but then moving beyond that, she said that she was really surprised to see, having gone through that people would revert back to, you know, wanting to straighten it. So it just seemed like that was such a powerful statement, and, you know, we'd made a step forward to, like, kind of being happy and accepting our hair. So the fact that it did revert makes me think, well, you never know, it could, that could happen
That's
again.
a really good point.
It's black beauty. There is so much to it. You know, some people have like no hair. Some people have like really short hair. I think it's one aspect of black beauty. So I think it allows people to see how like versatile, you know, beauty is within the black community.
There was this girl next to me, and I was just kind of fixing, like, repinning my hair, and she was just like, "Oh, you're a natural hair, like, sister. How long have you been natural for?" So it was really nice, and it's not the first time that's happened. It's a sort of like community. Even if you like don't know the people, they'll start talking to you about what they do, and like give you tips, or like tell you that they really admire that you've got your natural hair, which is really nice because it gets the better of me, and I'm like, oh no, like it's just so different, like, and I can't manage it because I always have to think about what to do with it. I can't just like brush it and go. And when I hear stuff like that, it's really encouraging, and it makes you think like it's definitely like worth it.
It would be nice to get to the stage where it's just, I'm wearing my hair like this because I like the look of it like this, and that doesn't say anything about me and the type of person that I am.
Exactly.
You know, it's just my hairdo in the way that a white person can wear, you know, their hair in a ponytail, and people don't necessarily extrapolate from that what that says about them. I think once we get to that stage, then that's, you know, freedom for all of us. Hair freedom.
In this series, I want to look at the idea of extremism and what it actually means in the world today.
It's not just a part of culture for Mancunians, it's a way of life.